like the way you die, boy.
That should be the last one. Okay. So today I'm gonna make you guys a WidowMaker guide. Just kind of like I don't know, a lot of you guys asking me for it. So I'm gonna do that today. Just kind of talk about the basics and stuff. I've never made a guide on anything, so if you guys have any more questions, just ask me. I've played Widow a lot. So the first thing I think that's like really important is you just like Widow at this state of the game, it's gonna take a lot of practice to make her viable. Like if you're like a high comp player or whatever, like unless you've already played her a lot, like at this point of the game I would not recommend picking her up as like your main. I just fell off the map. I just wouldn't recommend it, honestly. It's a really inconsistent hero, and there's not a lot of maps that she's even like playable on anymore. So I barely even get to practice her anymore. And then like if you don't practice her a lot, she's even less viable because unless you're playing consistently, she's not worth even playing. But alright, well, okay. So as long as you guys understand that. I don't want you guys to like see like other Widowmakers or my Widowmaker and just be like, oh, that's a sick hero and like it's probably really good. A lot of my clips are pre-nerf and I hardly play her anymore. I'll explain that later in the video what maps you should play her on. But yeah. So one second, I made a notepad thing to look at what I'm supposed to talk about. Okay, so first thing you want to do is be able to headshot. So just kind of like get good at like just come to practice range and just kind of get good at just focusing your aim on the bot's head really fast. Like just tracking it. Find one of these bots and just kind of track it. You just want to practice slow moving headshots, like because a lot of the heroes in the game that you're gonna snipe won't even notice you're sniping them. You don't want to miss those shots though. It's really important you don't, because you don't get a lot of them. So you just kind of want to track the bots. And then after you feel comfortable with that, kind of like, I don't know, I think it would be beneficial. I've never done any of this, by the way. I'm just kind of like what would like really help in like what situations. And then you want to come up here and then do the same thing until you feel comfortable just tracking the bots while you're moving too. Try to strafe, like you don't even have to strafe with them, like I'm strafing left. Just strafe them, because you never want to move like you never want to stand still and like and you know take some shots and stuff. Just practice just following these bots and hitting them in the head every time. And then after you do that, because like Widow, there's like two shots you want to really be able to hit. One is following someone, so like see how this bot's going this way or something, or here, let me find a better bot. I want it to go sideways. Okay, like that. Like leading your aimer with a bot, so like this, and timing it to when to like hit their head. I just missed both those, but
no one can hide from
because that's important when you have walls too. Is like being able to track and like hit the same frame they leave the room. Because I don't know, walls is like really OP and like you want to be able to get your kills. Because Widow's ultimate isn't really like, it's not that OP anymore, so it's like compared to like Gravitons or like Dragon Blades, so you really want to make the best out of it and work on like being able to hit someone. Because like if you see someone like across the map, even if you don't have walls, like say this is like, let me go over here. Like this is a McCree just walking back to his, you know, team or something. He doesn't know where I am at. And I just lead my shot and pull the trigger when he walks by off reaction. That's a free kill. Like, if I track it like this, like it can kind of be a little bit iffy, like if he moves or something, but if you just put your aimer where you think he's gonna be, then it's a lot more consistent kills. So that's kind of like a beginner type thing. Like, I think you guys should practice all of those little things, and then after that you need to practice flicking. Like, it's really important to know how to flick someone, because this game is so fast paced, you can't track them all the time. Like, so just kind of like just to start out practicing, like, you can go like this, like, just like do a slow movement of where you're gonna flick your aimer to. So say you want your aimer here and you want to headshot this bot, just keep going like this, and then just it just builds like muscle memory to like know where to do it.
Next.
Just practice that. You can do it on any bot. I hit the railing. But you just wanna keep practicing that, like that movement right there. I'm not saying you have to flick every single shot, like, but there are a lot of targets in this game that are moving too fast for you to track them, and it's very inconsistent to just try to like aim on their head at all times, you know? Like, so you do need to know how to flick. And I'm not saying it's like a style thing or anything like that. It's viable, and you need to know how to do it. And I'm not saying you have to do like some dramatic, like, you know, like crazy flicks like that. You just need to know how to, like, say this target was moving left and right, like AD spamming. You need to put your aimer somewhere in its general location and then flick to it, like that. So those are kind of like the basic training things I'd recommend. And then every once in a while too, after you get like a little bit better and you're in this training bot thing, I like to practice grapple shots. If you guys don't know how to grapple cancel, you just, I mean, I'm sure you guys know how to grapple cancel if you want to play Widow, but you just grapple up and then hit spacebar or whatever your jump button is, right when you hit the edge of it. And that's it. And then, in my opinion too, the new Widow, like, unless you're in a really safe spot, because like I know it's like you can get off more shots now if you just sit still like this and just keep shooting, and people are like, oh, you know, like Widow's so stationary and everything. It's kind of like, I can play Widow how I used to play it, but you lose shots. So like when I Widow duel and stuff like that, I kind of just go like that and pop back and forth, like, because you can do the old animation canceling, or you can punch after your shots. Because if you punch, you can jump right out of it like that. Or you can crouch, like you can shoot then crouch. But if you're in a high target area, you gotta make sure you're moving. Like, you gotta keep moving. Like, if you just stand still like this, say this is a McCree, and you're just like standing still, like just shooting, like charge, shoot, charge, shoot, charge, shoot. If you don't kill him in 2 shots, like, it's a really even fight. And even if you do kill him in 2 shots, he can shoot 2 headshots at you faster. And Widow's not that fast. Another thing is too, if you tag someone, like say you're like this close and you like kind of panic flick them in the body, AD spamming with your machine gun is really powerful. Like going like this, Widow has one of the most savage AD spams in the game. Like, her hitboxes are, and you can spam crouch, like. Her machine gun's really underrated, but it's good, especially if you tag someone. It's a good thing to use. And you guys gotta learn how to do this. Grapple cancel the floor. Because if a monkey's on you or something, like, and you don't really have anything to, like, if you don't have anything to instantly grapple onto, you want to get out of his bubble as fast as you can. Or like, even if you see him jumping at you, just grapple cancel the floor and then wait for him to chase you out of his bubble. And if he's not weak and you're by yourself, you need to just keep running, like, to your team, because he's just gonna jump again. Like, he gets you his jump back way faster than you get your grapple back. So I know this information is kind of like all over the place, but like I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just like kind of trying my best to make this video. Let me see the other things I wrote down. Okay, so let me go to the menu. Now, I'll talk about matchups really quick. So, actually, I'm going to talk about maps first. Okay. We got point capture maps. Temple of Anubis attack. She's viable. And by the way, these are recommendations, but I don't think you guys should ever play Widow on any maps I don't say on here, because I've played Widow at the highest level of gameplay, and like I know which maps she can like kind of like be useful on and which maps she's just pretty much worthless on. And you might as well pick another hero, because like even if you do get a good amount of damage and kills, like you could have just picked another hero that could have done more. But Temple of Anubis first point, she's really good. Second point, it's kind of iffy. And first point's kind of iffy too, like even if they have like a really good bridge setup and stuff. It's kind of just like, you can pick her, but if you realize you're not really doing anything, I think Genji's really, really good on this map, like Genji Tracer or Genji McCree for the 2 DPS players. King's Row, first point, she's really good. King's Row first point, and I mean, if you're in like a quick play game or a competitive game and you're playing really well, you can keep playing her the whole map on King's Row offense. She can go off in the last section, and if you have a clean middle section, you can just stay on her the whole time, because first and last is like really good. Defense, you can play her on defense, I guess. Like, she's not at really high levels of play. I would never play Widow on defense on any map besides maybe Gibraltar and Nimbani middle point, but I'd just say offense for almost every map. So King's Row offense, first and last section. Middle section, I guess if you're going off. I can do this so you guys can see the map. Let's see. Hanamura, I don't know. She's good. She's good on offense on this map. Don't play her on defense though, but just offense, she's pretty good. Gibraltar, this is my favorite Widow map in the game. I think she's savage on Gibraltar. I can play her on defense and offense, honestly. I don't think she's that bad. Maybe not defense in the hangar section. That's really hard. But defense on the first point, if you just play these boxes up here behind this building, like the big blue box, and then if anyone jumps on you, you just grapple over to your glass room. That's really good. And then last section, she's really good on Gibraltar, but not the hangar phase. She's good if you're in control, but what's not good if you're in control? Nimbani, I like her on the middle sections. I don't like her on first point unless you're on offense. Offense, I like her on this entire map. Defense, I don't like her. I usually play like McCree or something, and then middle section, I swap to Widow, and then last section, depending on their comp, I'll usually stay Widow. But if they have like, it's kind of like Widow in this state, she can't have anything that counters her really. I'll go over counters in a second, but if there's anything countering you really hard, just swap off of her, because like she can only excel with no counters now in this current meta right now. Unless like the person countering you is like really bad, but like a really good monkey is just gonna like, it's gonna just kind of null you. Volskaya, I don't know. I don't really think she's that good on that map. Hollywood, I stopped playing her on Hollywood. Middle point, she's good, I guess, on offense or defense if they have like no Reinhardt comp, but I don't know. I think Reinhardt or Monkey just kind of like makes her worthless on Hollywood. You can play her on offense though until Hanger, I think, on Hollywood. It's pretty good. I used to. Dorado offense, she's good until the last phase. When you get inside the building. Oh, I should probably do this. She's good on offense until you get to the last phase. I used to play her on. You could play her on defense too, on the middle section, but that's really it. And I wouldn't even, I don't know, recommend that really. She's good though on defense middle section, and she's decent on defense first section if you hold the courtyard. But besides that, nah. And then Nepal, Route 66, Lijiang, Ilios. I would not recommend playing her on any of the control point maps, like the King of the Hill ones. And besides Ruins on Ilios, if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's not this one. It's not the one with the lighthouse on the water. It's the one way outside with all the broken ruins everywhere. I mean, it's called Ruins, but she's good on that map, I guess. There's better picks, but she is, like, you can still play her on that map. And then, let's see. So, let me look at counters. Yes, I'd like to leave. Okay, so, for the most part though, like, I mean, like, that was a lot of information right there on the map setups and stuff. I guess you could go back, but it's kind of like, you guys need to play her and realize, like, I think you should just play her on offense and never on control points. I mean, control maps, like King of the Hill, but I don't know. Just offense is, like, you can kind of just, like, get a feel for it too. I'm sure you guys know which maps you excel at and stuff with Widow. But the thing about Widow is, like, kind of like, if it's not like a height advantage map and you have a Tracer camping you, it's like Tracer goes ham. Like, Tracer can just destroy Widow. Like, it's so hard to counter. Like, it's so hard to kill a Tracer one-on-one now, unless you just can hit, like, mean headshots. Another thing I didn't mention too on the first point is you don't have to charge your shots to full if you're gonna headshot. I don't charge my shots ever because you're just sitting out for way too long. If you just get like half charge shots and headshot squishies, they die anyway, so there's no really point to charging all the way. Let's see. So counters, D.Va's like a super hard counter. D.Va's really annoying to a Widow. Reinhardt is like, so the only time I personally pull out Widow at like a really high MMR, like our skill rating or whatever, is if I have a good team and I can kind of just like, I don't have to hard carry, or if it's like Numbani or Gibraltar, or if they don't have a Reinhardt. Reinhardt is like a super hard counter. Like, it's not a hard counter, I guess, but like it's gonna nullify a lot of the things you can do as Widow. Because the whole time you're breaking the shield and stuff, they know where you're positioned at, and like you not helping break the shield or just like waiting till it's broken and hiding, like that's not helping your team because you're a DPS player. You're supposed to be doing half the damage pretty much. So, I mean, that's just not helping that much. So, I don't know. It's kind of just like Genji. I don't know. I don't care about Genjis. When you're starting though, Genji's kind of like really annoying. It's like kind of small things, so like I can let me see if there's any other stuff. Winston, obviously. Pharah can be annoying when you're starting out. Hanzo, you can't slow peek him. Like, you have to do the jumping peeks and stuff. Or or he'll just line up shots on you. And that's about it for like matchups. So it's training. So like it's kind of like this. So say I'm sitting up here. Most optimal thing with Widow is grappling away. That's what you want to do, is you want to grapple to your team if you're ever in trouble. I'm sitting up here sniping this guy. and my team's down like my team's like over there and I'm sniping someone, Genji's poking me in the side, I can go like that, get to my team, they can help me out. Worst case scenario is, say I grapple up. I wish there was no cooldowns. This is annoying. Say I'm up here sniping and I just grappled up and, you know, monkey jumps on me. I'm gonna just fall down. That's my only way out. I usually just go like this, shoot the ground with my mine, jump out. You're dead pretty much. Like, that's why it's a counter. Like, monkey is just so annoying. Genji though, usually what I do is I poison mine the floor and then just try to, like, say he's like right there, I just usually shoot a couple left clicks into him to bait out his deflect, and then he's gonna shift right afterwards. So you can either, like, I don't know, you just gotta try to kill him. You can even machine gun him down if he's not that good, but I don't know. It's really hard to explain. Like, you just gotta kill him, but you gotta know, you just gotta practice the matchup, I guess. Like, after I've killed millions of Genjis, like, I just do the same thing over and over. I just bait out their deflect, and then I try to kill him. Either go for a clean body shot and machine gun them, or like when they're double jumping around you, go for a headshot. Like, oh yeah, and if a monkey gets on you at your like high ground, you can always do this. You just fall, and then when he chases you, grapple back up. But that's like, if you're in a 1v1, you gotta kill him though. Like, you gotta kill him before he jumps again, because he gets his jump faster than you get grapples. This video is really long. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, that's it, I guess. I should have probably watched another WidowMaker guide.
Double.
Alright, well I know this is a long video, I'm sorry. I'll make timestamps or something. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. A good warm-up. Just kind of going like this. Practice your flicks. Flicks are the most important thing. Practice your movement. Practice your floor grapples. Practice your positioning. Don't stand in the same spot for too long. Practice grapple shots. I haven't done them in a while, but I haven't even played Widow in a while.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Yeah, that's about it. Practice lining up stuff through walls.
Double level. Triple kill. Quadruple kill.
Remember, you don't have to charge your shots all the way if you're killing squishies.
Double kill.
I mean, that's annoying when that happens, but you can just machine gun them. Widow has no drop off in damage, which I'm not sure why, but
Double kill.
yeah, that's it. This video is really long. Oh well. Alright guys, I hope this helped. Probably didn't. And I hope you guys have a nice weekend.